Hello, you beautiful beings. I hope you are having a spectacular day wherever you are. I am about to share with you a recording from the Soul Hackers Ultimate. The Soul Hackers Ultimate is a program that I do with women, and part of that program has them receiving videos and audios and meditations and inspiration and about a bunch of different stuff. And this one piece came through this week that was about setting intentions. And it was so powerful. I thought, oh my gosh, I have to share this with everyone I know. It's so good because setting intentions is the foundation of us creating the life that we want to have. It's the foundation of manifesting exactly what it is you want in your life. You have to intend it for you to receive it. So I just thought I would just pull this piece for you and share it with you and let you vibe off that for the day. And and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it's great, and I hope it inspires your life, and I hope your life is amazing. And I'll catch you on the flip side.
You are listening to the Ultimate Biohack for Women, a movement of women who know what they want and go get it. You know the answers lie within. Reach in and grab hold. This is a movement of women who tune in and turn themselves on. Now you're biohacking the woman's way, integrating the art and science of hacking your biology like a woman. Tap your magic, conjure your yes. Upgrade, elevate, maximize your potential. I'm Dr. Brandy Victory, and this is a movement that is sure to hack your soul.
So today I want to talk a little bit about what it means to live with intention. So when we do work together, I will commonly ask you at the end of our session, what intention do you want to set for yourself this week? And sometimes I get a little bit of a hesitation, like something they don't really know, or I've actually had people say, I don't even know. And so when I look at that, when I step back from that, I'm like, oh wow, this is an opportunity for me to help people understand in a deeper way the importance of living with intention. So we're all intentional beings. If you're in this program, you're already an intentional being. But I think what happens is we just forget to make it a conscious practice throughout our lives that weaves it through our lives so that we can be the creators that we want to be. As women, we are naturally creators. I mean, we create babies, we create jobs, we create relationships. We create the relationships we want to have, right? We create them how we want them to be. We create, we're manifestors, right? So you're like, pull in the people that you need to support you at whatever time of cycle of life you're in, right? People just come in to support you. Right now I'm in need of some very specific work I'm doing spiritual work, and I'm doing it through acupuncture. Now, I could do spiritual work a number of different ways, but this woman came into my life, and I thought I was doing acupuncture for acupuncture, right? For body stuff. And then I realized, oh wow, this is my spiritual practice. This is my work that I'm working with her on. And so that's what we do. We source. We're sorcerers, really. If you want to get right down to it, we source from the environment, from the ethers, everything we need and what we're calling in, what we're intending to call in. Now, if we're living with intention, it's all going really good. We're creating the wealth, we're creating the health, we're creating all the things we desire. If we're not living with intention, if it's not a conscious part of our practice, then might not be creating those things. We might be creating things we don't really enjoy, okay? Recently, I had involved myself with a company that was doing a case study, and it ended up not going well. And I put $10,000 into the thing. Now that was my creation, and it didn't go well. Like, it was a bust. Okay. And I realized it, and I was like, okay, whatever it is that I'm holding on to within my space that's creating this experience right now, I'm ready to let that go. And I worked on it. I chanted on it. I prayed on it. I burned stuff on it. I did everything. I did energetic work to release myself from and release them from my space and all the stuff. And I did it. And lo and behold, I actually got my 10 grand back. So this is the purpose of living with intention, right? So we're gonna really dive into how do we do this so that we can create what we want. So you can take all the supplements in the world, and you can go get all the self-care practices in the world. But if your mindset is not set for creating the life that you want, guess what? You're not going to get there. Like, it's just not going to happen. This is why I called my podcast The Ultimate Biohack from Women, because it's more than, it's way more for us women. It's way more than the science, right? It's not just about molecules and mitochondria. That stuff's important, yes, and there's something so much richer that is a part of who we be that is essential for us to tap into and become one with and become aware with and become open to, so that we can achieve the life of our dreams, okay? There's this really great quote. I'm going to read it to you. It says, the closer you come to know that you alone create the world of your experience, the more vital it becomes for you to discover just who is doing the creating. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, I'm going to read that again. The closer you come to know the closer you come to know that you alone create the world of your experience, the more vital it becomes for you to discover just who is doing the creating. So it's so often, it's really easy to blame and point the finger, like, my life is this way because of that, because of my childhood, because of my parents, because of my boyfriend, because of this bad relationship. My life is this way. I'm sick because she got me sick. I even have to like really check myself, because if I get a cold, I often go, who was I treating that gave me a cold? And I'm like, wait a minute. That cold is my experience and my creation. If I was taking great care of myself and not stressing myself out and keeping my immune system buoyant and healthy, guess what? It doesn't matter who I'm around. I'm not going to catch their cold. It was me who opened the door for that, right? Is my creation. Like every single thing in our life, in our own lives, is our own creation. And it's really can be a hard pill to swallow. It can be a really hard pill to swallow if you've been a blamer, and most of us have, right? I'm certainly not pointing any fingers, because I know this game, okay? So it's really important for us to take time every single opportunity to create intentions. So you can create a new intention for the new year. A lot of people do this. They do the resolution bit, right? That's a way of creating intention. This is what I'm intending to do. How many people actually stick to that, right? I know for me, I've made resolutions and not stuck to them. And what I realize now is that the reason why is because I said it at the new year and then forgot about it, right? It wasn't integrated into my intention. It wasn't integrated into an intentional life. So you can set them at your new year. You can set them on your birthday. Like I really focus on setting intentions at every turning, as much as possible. So today's my birthday, actually. Happy birthday to me. Yeah, and so I went to the hot springs and I took my journal. I got a new journal. I'm really excited. I don't have it right here. I would show you. It's so beautiful. And then I set my intentions, right? What's my intention for myself for this year? And then, so you can do this at the new year. You can do this on your birthday. You can do this at the beginning of the month. Many of us do this if we're entrepreneurs and we have our own business. We're like, okay, this month I'm going to call in this, manifest that, make this happen, do this kind of marketing, right? These are our intentions. Those are intentions. But we also have to look a little bit deeper, like what's the intention on a vibrational level, okay? And we're going to get into that. So we can set intentions every month. We can set intentions every week. We can set intentions every day. I personally like to set intentions for the moon, on the moon cycles. So at the new moon and at the full moon. And this is part of why I'm doing the tarot readings with you on those particular moments, because it's really a great time to set intentions, because I've been working with the moon for a very long time, and I absolutely know that my intentions are empowered by the cycle of the moon. Like, there's no question about it. So I'm really excited to share that piece with you. Let me see. I think I was going to share something else with you. Oh, yeah. So what's really cool is there's this shift that's happening right now, and it's a shift from, I'm going to just like liken this to a video game. So the world that we've come from has been one of linear time-space continuum that says, okay, if we can just imagine this as you're a character in a video game, okay? And so where we've come from is this video game character, you as the video game character who has gone along in time and acquired tools and acquired wisdom and acquired knowledge so that you can reach the next level. And then you get more tools and you get what you need to reach the next level. And where we're moving into as a whole, where we're understanding what let me start over. What we're understanding about ourselves as a whole, and this is happening on so many levels, is that this isn't necessarily all there is. There is more that we're awakening to, and it's you as the game character who has all the tools and all the wisdom and everything inside of it that it needs. We just have to figure out how to unlock those tools so that you can access them and use them in your life. So you already have every single thing you need inside of you. This has always been true. We just forgot. And now we're waking up to this. And you'll see this all over. Like if you like just look on Facebook and you'll start to see, or your social media, you'll start to see people talking this language. It's because everybody's waking up to it. It's a humanistic movement right now, an awakening that's happening, and it's so great. Also, when we wake up and we bring more awareness and enlightenment, right? We become more enlightened. Then in this world that we live in, this three-dimensional polar world, where there's black and white, dark and light, when we bring more light, there is also this swing on the other side. There's more darkness that can be accessed. So I'm just inviting you to be very aware of that. So as you become aware of that, you're going to start to go, okay, yep, see, there's more people complaining about this, about that, vaccines, Trump, politics, Bill Gates, like it's everywhere, right? And when we're living with intention, we are not allowing that to be our focus, because we have a choice. We get to create our life. We are creating our life, and we get to choose where we put our focus. So when we set intentions, we can set it every single day. Like when I set my intentions for my patients. So if I'm going to see you, yeah, you can bet that I've set my intention as to how we're going to work together and how you're going to feel as a result of working with me, because I want our work to work, right? I'm very, very clear about that. And so it's not just me healing you. This is me unlocking those doors, helping you unlock those doors and open the door for you, and you're stepping through it. And so you're setting your own intention about what is to come in your life, whether it's working with me or having that discussion with your boyfriend or your partner or your mom or your kids for that matter. If you set the intention first, the outcome has a grander possibility of being exactly what you want it to be, or something better. So I believe when we're setting intentions, we're talking to our higher self. We're letting our higher self become an expression of who we are in the world. And this is really like the ultimate biohack for women. I love that. All right. So I'm just seeing if there's anything else. This is where intentions come to play. Yeah, so there's lots of different ways to set intentions. So you can just close your eyes and feel. We talked a little bit about vibrational frequency. So yeah, I want to set an intention to achieve goals, but what's the vibration that I want to have as a result of that? And that's where it's at, because it's all frequency, it's all energy. So when you're setting an intention and you go, I want to create this goal, that's my intention, to create this goal, to achieve this goal, step back from it and go, and how would that feel in my body to actually have it? What's the vibrational frequency or resonance that I want to feel in my body by getting it? And then that's the frequency that you hold in your space so that you can attract it. You are a magnetic being, and whatever you're attracting into your life, your frequency is resonating out. It's like a beacon going, boop, 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 boop. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? And so whatever you're putting out there is coming back to you. So when you can get into the space of, oh yeah, this is the feeling that I have. I feel solid. I feel successful. I feel on fire. I feel tuned in. I feel aligned. I feel gratitude for all of this. And it's like this bubbly sensation, like Pellegrino running through all my cells, right? It feels so good. And then I focus on that every single day. Every time I come back to my goals for my business, okay, this is what I want. When it comes to my patients, I'm like, okay, what do I want from them? Oh yeah, I actually do a little reading. I see what they need and I ask for help with that. And then I let that be what I'm guided through in the session with each person. So there's so many different ways to set intentions. And if you want to have deeper conversations about this, please let me know. I have several, several different, I can't even think of the name of these now. What is this called? Do you know? I don't even know. Mala beads. Okay, yeah. So I have different mala beads. I actually made some of mine. I didn't make these, but I've made some, and that's been a really fun project. Maybe we should just get together and make mala beads one day. But mala beads are a great way to set intention. So I actually do my morning chants and prayer and meditation work with my beads, and literally I might just hold them in my hand and let them absorb the resonance of my prayers and the resonance of my chant, and then I will wear them. So if you ever see me wearing these beads, that's what's happened, right? I want to wear them so it reminds me throughout the day. I want to set an intention throughout the entire day for every given moment, for every meeting, for every opportunity, right? Then there's other things like the stones. We talked about stones. So I don't know if I ever go without having a stone or two or three in my pocket. And if I don't have pockets, I guarantee you it's in my bag. It's because it's my intention. I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing with this. I know what I'm doing with this, right? I set this intention, and each stone has something different. Like this is our, this will actually work with different chakras, but this might be the third chakra. If I'm using this for my third chakra, you can use any stone for any chakra. It doesn't matter. But if I'm like, okay, I'm feeling like I need a little bit of empowerment today, I might pick the stone up. I might combine that up with something that gives me some protection because I feel like I'm unstable and negativity could come into my space really easily. So I put a stone in my pocket for that, and then I empower myself with the stone. And then every time I feel it in my pocket, I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, right? There's so many ways. There's so many ways to set intentions. If you put an essential oil on, think about what it's for, what it's doing, why you're putting it on, why that particular scent, right? Like, okay, I'm putting this on for, I have, my favorite one right now is called Valor. And I put it on and it gives me courage. It gives me strength. It gives me, like, I can feel it just root down. I can root down into the earth. Like, ooh, I get stability with it. So, that's a little bit about intentions and intention setting. I love this stuff, and I truly feel like it's the foundation of everything. Because when we're setting our intentions, guess what? You get what you see. You get what you put your mind to, right? If you're focusing on something, you get it. That's what you focus on. If you're focusing on negativity, guess what you're going to see? You're going to see negativity. It's so easy. Like if you can just think about maybe your body, if you've ever had body image stuff, and what woman hasn't, right? Like there's been plenty of times in my life where I've tried mutilating my body because I hated it. And every time I looked in the mirror, it was just gross and fat and ugly and disgusting, and I literally hated it. Like it's terrible. And what I know now is I actually picked that resonance up and that way of being in the world from my mother. And bless her little heart, I wish that she could do this program. Not that would be really weird, but yeah, but she's still living that. She's still living that because she doesn't know any other way. And I've chosen not to. I've chosen to make a different choice. I've done a lot of work. I've stood in the mirror in naked or in a bathing suit, a bikini, and just said, I love my body. I love my body. I love my body, over and over again, crying the whole time, crying and crying and crying and crying and crying, and just programming, doing everything I can to like root it in, get it in there, because I don't want to live my life hating anything that is my body. When we hate our body, we're hating what God created us as. Like, that's an insult to spirit. I don't ever want to be that, right? And unless you hear that and unless you understand it, you just don't know. Like, my mom doesn't know that. She doesn't have any idea. And yeah, I want to really help women avoid having to live that life. But so now I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh, now I actually feel pretty good about my body, even when I'm gaining weight, which is kind of a newer thing for me, really, because used to I can see every little ounce. When I gain it, don't worry. I know every little ounce I gain. I know it really well. And in the past, I'd have been like, oh my God, I'm starting to gain weight. Oh my God, my thighs are getting thick. Okay. My belly's sticking out, like just hounding myself. But that isn't what I do anymore. I'm like, look at that. Right. And then I do something about it because I don't want to feel fat. So I do something about it, right? It's been my birthday, so I've been partying and eating and camping and going to concerts and going out to eat and having visitors over from California for a week and taking them and doing all the fun stuff, and had a birthday dinner, and it's just gone on and on and on and on, right? So I'm like, okay, it's time to rein it in. So today I put myself on a 5-day cleanse because I want to reset myself. I want to reset my mind. I want to reset my body. I want to reset my metabolism. And I can already feel like yesterday I could feel total food addiction coming in. I was like, oh, but, oh, I better have one more piece of this. I better have one more piece of that. We had this really nice cheese, and so I had one more piece of that. How many times I said that? You have no idea. We made some bacon. Oh, I better have one more piece of that. Like, it just kept going on. And I was like, look at that. That's addiction right there. That is straight up food addiction. And I have dealt with that all my life on some level, and it's never been, it's always been worse than it is now. Like, at least I can see it for what it is and not get caught up in the drama of it. But those are the kinds of things where you have to set intentions. Like, I'm like, no, today, this is my intention. I am taking care of myself. I am going to enjoy how I feel in my body. And trust me, the past couple of maybe days, 4 or 5 days, I haven't really felt good in my body because I've probably eaten out more times in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 6 months. I just don't really eat out because it doesn't feel good. And I feel way better when I make my own food and eat my own food. So that's what I normally do. And so I had to set myself up. I had to make a strong intention because I was kind of like wavering. I was like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I should wait one more day. Tomorrow's my birthday. And I've been saying that for 3 days. So when am I going to do it? Right? Yeah. So that's it. Setting intentions is so important if you want to have a life that you really love living. Okay. So hats off to you, ladies. I'm so excited to be here with you. I hope you're loving the stuff. And yeah, let me know if anything arises for you. I'm all ears. I'm all ears. These are conversations that I'd like to be having on our Facebook page. Actually, I might just go over there right now and have this conversation there. So love you. Mwah. See you soon.